friends, Nibskin. I'm out in the garage doing a little bit of goofing around this afternoon, and I wanted to do a review for you guys on this one. This is an absolute pleasure for me to be able to handle a gun like this. Just so super rare and so cool, and such an old timer. Well over 100 years old, possibly as much as 110 years old, 109 years old. But what we have here today is a Heilprin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's Heilprin, Heilprin Columbian Model E. And the roll stamp's not very great on this one, but it says 1,000 shot Columbian, and then Model E down below that. And this one this particular model was made between 1914 and 1920. I did do a little bit more research on the Heilprin company, and they did make other products, but they did also have a couple other models of BB gun, and looks like their first model that they came out with was called the Model 1900, and I think it came out in 1900, but it was a very similar profile to this, except for from here back to the stock, this whole section here was made actually out of cast iron, and very ornate. Got a picture of one, I'll put it up here, and I don't believe, it didn't look like it had the, we have a thumb safety here on the back, and I'll show you that in a couple of minutes, but the Model 1900 did not have the thumb safety. And then after that, it looks like they decided that the cast iron was probably too hard or too costly to make, and they started another model called the Model M, and that one began this whole sheet metal thing, and it looks, again, very much like the Model E, except for, if you see this Model E has a complete closed loop on the lever, and the Model M, which I have another picture of one, I'll put it up here, has a open loop, and just a kind of the top is not enclosed like this Model E. Other than that, I really can't see where there was a whole lot of differences between the three variations. They all were touted as 1,000 shot reservoir, and they look very much similar. I'm pretty sure the mechanism inside is probably very similar on all three. But again, this one's a Model E, and it was made between 1914 and 1920. According to a couple of resources I've seen online and the Blue Book of Gun Values, it is estimated that probably only 50 known examples of this gun are known to exist. So it is just a super rare, super exciting chance for me to be able to bring you guys a piece of history like this. And I love all these old ones I got up here, the Eisenwerk and the Quackenbushes and all these old Crosmans, and some of those are pretty rare as well. But I think this is probably the most rare piece that I've had out here in the garage or in my possession to review up to this day. Might be some of them other ones are rarer and I don't know about it, but this one being said that it's possibly only one of 50 left known to exist, that's pretty cool. I did run it across the chronograph just to see what it was doing. I have no way to know if it's good, bad, or otherwise, but I did see a maximum number of 155 feet per second, which is not out of line for some of these older BB guns. Less than 200 feet per second. I've definitely had a few other ones that even after being rebuilt barely got even close to 200. So if anybody has any information as far as what it should be doing or could be doing, let me know down below. At this point, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to do anything with it other than play with it and shoot it and then bring it back to the owner. But if we find out that this thing should be doing 300 or 400 feet per second and it's just needs a new leather seal or whatever in there, maybe I'll talk to the owner and see if he wants me to tinker with it. But being such a rare bird, I really am kind of leery against that. So, but let's go ahead and take a few shots with it. It does not seem to be very picky as far as what kind of BBs I use in it. I've tried the copper Crosmans and the black Hornadays and the silver daisies, and it just doesn't seem to care. It slow and steady wins the race as far as this guy goes. But for today, we're just going to work on cutting a can, maybe down the road before I bring it back to the owner. We'll do a couple of head-to-heads with it, see if it can shoot with a couple of my other old-timer BB guns I got out here. Boy, as far as I can think, I don't have an actual like lever or one of these spring-powered BB guns out here that is as old as this one. I have a couple other air rifles, pellet guns that are older, but I don't have a BB gun like this, like a Daisy or anything. I do have a couple of really old, probably 1930s Daisy Model 25s. I do have the Buck Jones that the owner of this actually let me borrow as well. That one was from the 30s, possibly up to 42. I do have my Model 30 what's that? It's a model or number 100 Model 36, which was made between 36 and 42 as well. I think that's about it, really. The Quackenbushes are in the late 1800s, early 1900s. The Excellent is made in between 1913 and 1916. And the Eisenwerk actually has a placard on it as a presentation from Castleton Cricket Club in 1903. So it's made before that. And as far as I can find with that one, it was manufactured before 1900. That particular model, as far as I can tell, was made between 1873 and 1900. So, but enough of talking about my stuff. Let's shoot a couple of shots with this old Columbian here, and oop, it is a little wonky to have to hold down that that safety button. I didn't tell you about that yet, though. But so right up here in the back, it's got a little thumb button. Once you cock it, you have to hold that down in order to be able to pull the trigger back. It's a little weird. I wonder if I can. I'm not having much luck hitting a can. Can't tell where they're hitting. Oh, there it is. It doesn't matter. It's just a lot of fun to shoot it. It's amazing that it still works at all. It looks like I was hitting pretty low. Let me maybe figured out where I'm at here. I think I'm wearing safety glasses here. All right, let's see. Got a couple more. Let's see if we can get a couple more hits on can here. I'm getting some hits. These sights on this thing is just absolutely non-existent. Almost impossible for me to focus on these sights here. I'm gonna have to set up a new fresh piece of cardboard and try to get a bearing on where it's actually hitting here. I can't even see. Anyway, it's fun. It's just a pleasure to be able to shoot an old timer like this. But I'm out of BBs, so anyway, there you go. There is my kind of deep dive history lesson on the Heilprin BB gun company, and then also the one example that I've ever seen. I had no idea that this model or brand even existed until the fellow at the gun store actually told me about it and said he had one and would bring it in and let me take a look at it. He didn't know where it was. It was in his house somewhere. He couldn't find it for a while, and he finally found it and brought it in. And to say that I'm happy to be able to just play with it for a little while. I'm sure I'll probably never own one. These things are very, very expensive. So, but anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I had a really great time doing this video for you guys. Till next time, have a great day.